Paul McCartney in Countdown. En how many people? Kijken of hij me hoort. Ik kan me niet voorstellen met het applaus. Paul! Paul! Good. I was afraid you wouldn't be able to hear me. Come on, sit down. I've got something to drink for you. You can choose water or water or...
Yeah, I'll have water, I think, yeah.
Okay. Now, about how many people? It sounds a bit reggae-like. How did you come up with that?
I was in Jamaica on holiday, lucky boy. And, you know, reggae's in the air over there, so any song you write always gets a kind of reggae influence. So that's what happened with that one. And then later we dedicated it to Chico Mendes at the rainforest, Brazilian rainforest, because the lyrics about how many people have died, one too many for me, seem to fit his situation.
You're quite involved with actions like that, also ARC?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you know, it seems like a lot of people realize that the planet is at some kind of crossroads, you know, and we have to kind of look after it. And if the governments won't do it, then you find that the pop stars sort of fill the gap, you know.
There have been so many actions like that. Aren't you afraid people will go like, oh, another one?
Yeah, I think, you know, there is a big risk of people just getting bored with the whole thing, but there's an even bigger risk of destroying the planet. So you have to weigh the two risks, you know.
Okay. Now about your new album, Flowers in the Dirt. It's not the Back in the USSR album, which was only released in the Soviet Union. Why is that?
Well, that was released in Soviet Union just as a gesture, like a friendly gesture to the Russian people, because normally the albums are released over here in America first, and then Russians get them later. So we thought it'd be a nice twist to release an album there that the Americans are having to bootleg and having to pay a lot of money for. It's just a change, you know.
Okay, now about your new album. Most artists only use one producer for one album.
Yeah.
You used a lot of them.
Yeah, there were quite a few people I wanted to work with, you know, who I was interested in. Trevor Horn and Steve Lipson, who did Frankie Goes to Hollywood, and Grace Jones, Slave to the Rhythm. I liked their production, so I wanted to work with them. But I also wanted to do a bit myself, so I did some myself. I also wanted to do a couple of Elvis Costello songs with Mitchell Froom, who's an American producer from LA. And he does Crowded House and people like that, so he's got a more simple approach, which is nice for those songs. So we chose the various producers for the different songs. But
various producers, various approaches. Yeah. Wasn't there one producer coming up with, whoa, you got an idea for you, and you're going like, oh no.
No, we didn't use him. No. Normally, you know, if you get a producer and he has a good idea, you listen to him. It's like a film director, you know. Even though I wrote the song, I still like other people to give me ideas, you know. If I don't like them, maybe we won't use it, you know. But normally, they have good ideas if they're good producers, you know.
Okay, now about working with Elvis Costello. Yeah. We all know he's quite a big McCartney fan. Weren't you afraid that the collaboration would go like, well, you coming up with an idea and he'd go, okay, yes, we'll do that?
Well, I must say I didn't think that would happen, you know, because he's not that kind of a guy, Elvis. He's more of a straightforward guy, and I think he's very strict about his musical opinion. That's one thing he doesn't joke about if you ask him about music, you know. So I knew that when we got together that he would give me his true opinion. I think it was very important to him to be the guy that would give me a true opinion, you know. And he did, and I gave my opinion to him back. So we had a few fights, and yeah, I had a few fights. I decked him a few times. No. But it was great, you know, we enjoyed working together. He's a good collaborator for me.
Okay, we'll talk on in a moment. First, we've got an older video ready, Mull of Kintyre.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's going back a bit.
Okay, let's take a look at that first.